How's it going? So there's the guide. I put it into the Triforce. It's gonna be STEM Profession Guide in here, right? I'll try to go super quickly through it. Okay, so the first thing you need to do understand is that this is difficult shit. This is not very. It's not easy. It's like me trying to. Um, this is Premier League, right? You get paid as a Premier player, right? This is not some McDonald's bullshit where you come in, you do very simple tasks. If you mess up, it's not a big deal. Whatever, right? This is like below 50,000 jobs. They're kind of like that, you know. Plenty of people who can do them. This is complex, very hard, a lot of hard work, right? And rare skill. So there's only two people that can do it. It's either you start early or you have good parents that can teach you. I'll probably put good parents or good parents that can help you. So you start like I'm talking about like high school or preferably high school. You want to start as early as possible, and the reason for that is because it requires like 10,000 hours. Is the sound good? How's the sound? Okay, sound is good. Alright, so how long does it take? I left it in here. How long does it take? Yeah, so about 10,000 hours. So you need to start grind, and like you're gonna be useless. Like before, I'd say maybe 4,000 hours. Before 4K hours, I'd say 4 to 5K hours. You are kind of useless, right? So you need to start chipping away at those hours as fast as possible. I'll talk. We'll get back to this, right? So this is one type of people that can do it. The second type of people are workaholics. So people like myself, who kind of like that. If you look at this picture and you say, "Holy shit, I'm definitely type A," I'm talking about you have a splinter in your ass and you just have to move all the time. It's like Robert Patterson. He talked about, I don't remember his presentation, whatever, but he said there's some people are so crazy. You put them in a helicopter, drop them into some kind of jungle, and they're just gonna start building houses for no reason whatsoever. They just have to be doing something all the time. Otherwise, they're just gonna go crazy, right? Alright, so I'm talking about like if you associate yourself with this type of picture, because in life I'll tell you kind of like real quick, there are four types of people. There are people who like to win, people that want to be right all the time. You know, like even they can't stand the idea of being wrong. And then you have people who want to be comfortable. They're kind of like, they're more of a B type of person. You know, they're kind of like, you know, I just want to chill with my friends. You know, I don't really care if I'm going to win the game or not. I'm going to win. I'm going to make a lot of money or not. Like, if I'm going to have a trophy wife, stuff like that. You know, I just want to have comfortable life that is enjoyable. They like this word, enjoy, right? So, may not be for you. Like, unless you start in here, you're just not gonna put in the hours, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be very difficult for you. Like very difficult. And then there are people who like to be liked. They're kind of like they want to stay away from conflict. They will agree with everything. Generally speaking, workaholics tend to be predominantly win and right type of personality. They're just like that's their thing, you know. And being comfortable, they don't really give a shit. Liked is kind of whatever. You know what I mean? That's why Einstein, for example, he never gave a shit about his haircut. Because he expects people to value him based on his mind and based on his contributions rather than his haircut. Do you know what I'm saying? So these kind of two are more of a B type of. They prioritize these two over these two, whereas the A types they tend to be more this over this. So I'm just saying that, you know, if you find yourself in a position where you are like too old, I'd say maybe 40, this cutoff point maybe. I don't know nowadays, 40 or. Well, I mean, if you're still workaholic, you can do it at 40, right? Because if you're a workaholic, you can do it in like 5 to 7 years. But I mean, I don't know, 40 might be a bit too late. 30 is kind of okay. 30 is okay, right? If you're like 25, you're fine. Like you're still in this category, I'd say, you know. But try to start as early as possible, like, because then you don't need to be a workaholic to get there. Does that make sense? Because this is like, I'm talking about, you are in a deep shit, you find yourself, holy smokes, like, I'm in the wrong profession, so you need to now catch up with all of those kids that have been doing it since high school. But because they're doing it slowly, you have to just kind of sprint. So, okay. So, not only do you have to be workaholic, you also have to be very strong with very strong emotional intelligence. So, emotional intelligence is your ability to overcome negative emotions. Because when you are going through, when you're sitting alone, you're lonely, you're demotivated, you're reading some boring shit that makes no sense, and you're trying to scroll through websites, every explanation is dog shit, you don't understand what the hell is going on. You try to find videos. There is now dude whose title is on like on English, now he's speaking Indian, Hindu. He's explaining like dog, and you have to understand this is all negative, and on top of that you are bored and tired. Do you understand? It's all these negative emotions are pushing on you, and you have to be able to overcome them with your logic and your personality. So there is an easy way to test it if you can actually do it or not. I'm talking about, like, we can test you to see if you fit this category, right? And that is, if you're a male, go and find like a very, very attractive woman who is like mini skirt, dawdled up, like, I'm talking about like smoking hot girl, and go and approach her and try to get a phone number of her, try to pick her up, try to ask her for a date. You will notice that it's very hard to do, because I'm not going to get into evolutionary why it's the reason. Like, long story short is because a long time ago, a lot of people were using hot women as bait. So, you know, some I don't know, some primate wants to mate with her, and then friends come out and beat shit of him, right? Or you could be hitting on the bride of the war chief, and he's gonna beat the shit out of you. He's just gonna kill you, basically. So that's why you get this, like, oh my god, your like mouth goes dry, you like scared as shit, you feel like you're gonna just die, right? And that's because it's wired into you. But for males, now at that point you have to be able to overcome it, because it's so much negative emotions being pressed into you, and your body is fighting you to stop, and you have to still be able to go ahead and do it. Does that make sense? So if you can do that, then you will have ability to overcome boredom, ability to overcome you are not motivated, you don't want to do it, you'll still push through those negative emotions, and you'll be able to do it, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's kind of your test. Unfortunately, I don't specialize in females, so the only thing I can think of for females was like public speaking. Like public speaking, some people are just afraid to do it, right? So, but you don't have to go all the way in. Like in here, you can try to do it in steps. Do in steps as well. Like first, try to come over and ask for what time is it, or directions to the cinema, and then try to escalate. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so the first one you approach, just ask, hey, do you know where the whatever shopping mall is, right? Okay, fine, you are able to do that. Next is like, hey, something longer. Do you know where the shop is, and what's the best cinema to watch? Do you know what I mean? Saying, like, try to extend the conversation a little bit. I know it's gonna be scary, but like, you can do it step by step, and then just straight up just say, hey, you know, I find you to be interesting, or very well, what's the best way? The easiest way is just to come over and ask for a question. Like, hey, do you mind if I ask you a question? And then, I don't know. Man, I haven't been doing it for a long time, but what would be the best way to do? Well, honestly, if you want to strike like a real fear in you, right, you need to go and approach and say, hey, I find you to be very charming. Can I get your phone number? That's like the scariest shit to do. Like really scary. Right, so go ahead and do that. Right? But you can do it in steps, of course. One sec. Alright, it's still available. Okay, cool. So this stuff is going to build your see, if you can't do it straight away, right, you need to build. Um, this is basically like I used to do a long time ago, picking up girls in nightclubs. It's such a waste of time, but it's good to build your confidence and ability to overcome negative emotions, right? So there are like 18 exercises that you can do. Um, I used to do it. I swear to God, I went to city center and I moonwalked around the circle. Man, that was so embarrassing, but like it was a long time ago. But I was able to overcome and do it. You feel like absolute dog shit. Like you just feel like, oh my God, if my teacher saw me doing this, oh my God, right? But um, it will it will teach you to overcome negative emotions. Like, don't think of it as exercise to pick up girls. I'm talking about ability to overcome negative emotions, right? But like you can kind of skip through them because some of them are surprisingly easier to do than another. Like tell a joke was you can just approach a girl and be like, hey, what was it? The one that got a kick all the time was I'll tell you the perfume. Hey, do you want to hear a joke? Like, can I tell you a quick joke? She'll be like, on a scale. Well, I was like this, right? Do you mind if I tell you a joke? And then you can tell me on a scale of 1 to 10 how funny it was, alright? It'll be like, it will take no longer than like 20 seconds. Like, she says, okay. And then you say, hey, there is a. Man, I don't remember. It's like, okay, what is the best way to get any man to fall in love with you? And she will say, I don't know. And you say, okay, wear a perfume called New Car Interior, and women get it. normally they start laughing. It's like because guys like cars, and if you wear New Car Interior, then every guy's gonna be like, oh my God, she's the one, because she smells like a brand new BMW. Anyway, I'll put the link in the description here so you can kind of use it yourself. Okay, so try to do that. Don't spend too much time on it. Like if you can do it one time, that's it. You'll probably be able to overcome. If you're too afraid to do it, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm overkilling it with this one, but the problem is like if you can't overcome your negative emotions consistently on daily basis, because you will need you'll need like I'm just putting in here, habit formation is your best friend. Because you have to be able to do it for 21 to 30 days to form a new habit. Because I see some people and they're like, hey, I'm demotivated, I'm lazy. That's because you have a habit of being lazy. I have like, if I don't freaking jam it every single day, I don't feel good about myself. If I don't eat oatmeal every single day, because I'm already habitualized. Does that make sense? Then it becomes like breathing air. So, good quote, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellent, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. Like you're thinking that people are born like that. No, they just habitualize themselves and it becomes easy. So once you're able to do it, then it becomes easy. Okay, the next thing you need to do is you need to select a profession. So I'll go through the steps because we don't have a lot of time. So research yourself what you like, but these are the ones I recommend: software developer, front-end developer, back-end developer, data scientist, very, very required, right? I don't recommend gaming developer because I see a lot of people underemployed, but double check. Okay, you can kind of like go to LinkedIn, like this, LinkedIn, right? And then go ahead and like research whatever, like I don't know, software developer in jobs. Like how many jobs are in Ireland? So you have 1,630 in Ireland. So you can look at, okay, what type of jobs are available. So you need to, now here you have to do your own legwork, right? And you have to read kind of maybe about professions a little bit. Okay. Another good resource is this one here, which is called U.S. Bureau of Labor of Statistics, right? So in here you can type in anything you want. Let's say no, software developer. Okay, software developer, and then it gives you Outlook and average salary and all that shit, right? So you see this one is perceptions 25% higher, right? Then you do something like you do something like data scientist. Let's do data scientist. Okay, data scientist. You see 35% outlook for the next decade, basically. You see. So you can read up on this shite in here. So this is good research because what happens in America normally is being mimicked in Europe as well. So this is a good way to keep track. Here, like, you just have to research yourself, honestly. Should I include this? Nah, screw it. Because you see, everybody's gonna go front end then. Anyway, because I'm front end, right? Front end. Travis Lee Media is best channel. I'm gonna put it in here because he literally made this guy here, Travis Lee Media. He literally made a guide recently on how to become a front-end developer. You see, so he covers kind of like, should you become a developer, blah blah blah. Are you too dumb to code? Where is the... Yeah, this one here. He literally covers every single skill you need to have. Now, it's a good video, but the problem is you have to research yourself. Because, for example, in some regions, Angular developers are more required. In some regions, software developers are more required. In some regions, I don't know, Vue developers are more required. Do you understand? So, like, there is no generic guide. You have to do your own research. But I will cover it in here. Okay. So I gave it. Okay. So let's go to step number 2. Okay. So the second thing you do, this will require a lot of work, and this will take you like a month, maybe 2 months to do. Once you pick the profession, you have to go to LinkedIn, and then you have to type, let's say, well, let's do, I don't know, software developer. Okay, let's do software developer. Experience level, no. Software engineer, okay? So first thing you have to do, you have to write out the keywords. So software engineer, software developer. So, like, look, software engineer, software developer, okay? Associate software engineer. So now you have to go and you have to look at the skill set. Okay, so they're looking for C#, ASP.NET, Model View, I forgot MVC. C is Model View, doesn't matter, I forgot. Web APIs, right? So then what you do is you have to construct something that will look like this. So you go, you write out the company, whatever company, location, are they looking for? That's up to you, right? Then the title, and then you have to write out all the skills. Okay, every single skill in here that they list, including nice to haves, whatever. Okay, so you're gonna have it kind of like, you see, I got like a bazillion of them in here. And then once you go through every single role, you need to tick the ones that are occurring consistently. Do you understand? So for software developer, I'm pretty sure ASP.NET and C++ is gonna appear everywhere, right? Let's look at it. You see .NET again, SQL, JavaScript, right? Senior software engineer, let's see. Qualification, JavaScript, blah, blah, blah. You see, again, strong experience with C#. Do you see? And then you're gonna have a... There's another... You see, this one, C# straight away they require. .NET again, you see? Software engineer. Again, C++. Right? Object-oriented programming. That's JavaScript. Multi-threaded programming, okay? Software engineer level 2. What are they required? Again, API. You see, I saw API in here. Oh, MVC. Model View Controller. Duh. .NET again, you see? I bet you it's gonna have C++ in here somewhere. So you keep doing this until you build up like, I don't know, 300, 400 positions. Again, C++, .NET, again. Do you see? So eventually you will have a, like this, right? So you will have a, how many did you look at? And then how many occurrences happened. So I know that, okay, I know for sure, for a fact, that out of whatever, 330 I looked at, HTML is 233, JavaScript 275. So I know for a fact I have to know JavaScript. I have to know React. Do you understand? And that's in Ireland, in my region. I have to know TypeScript. And then you pick anything above 20%, and that's gonna be your skill set. You will have such a generic skill set where you're gonna fit into most professions. Because people are gonna be like, oh my god, you're exactly the type of person that we're looking for. Duh. Because you know every single skill that the market requires. Does that make sense? Are you guys still here? I already lost everyone, did I? Did you just say I have to do 400, like 2 months of work? Are you kidding me, dude? Are you kidding me? Get out of here with this bullshit. I want it now. Where's my 100k? I'm signing up to, what's his name? Graham Stephan seminar of how to get rich in 2 weeks. That's it. F off with your STEAM profession. I'm done. Okay. So once you get the skills, basically at that point it's very straightforward. You just go here like something like C++, crash course. There you go, you see. Boom. You're gonna get a crash course. YouTube is all you need basically, right? There are like bazillion people who can. Like YouTube is just pretty much everything you need. Everything is on YouTube. So keywords like SQL tutorial, let's try it. Look, SQL tutorial, I guarantee you I'm gonna find it. SQL, let's do SQL crash course. Look, I guarantee you I'm gonna find it. Okay, look, SQL crash course. Let's look at, I don't know, Java. Is another one. Look, you see. Now this one is very good. Free Code Camp. Very, very good resource. They have quality content, and they usually do full scale, you see, programmer. They actually have certificates you can do. Free Code Camp. If you're interested. That's where I started, honestly. But I find that their content is a little bit out of date. So in here you can see you can just do the course. Where is it? Get started. Shit. Do I really have to do this? Okay. Doesn't matter. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, you see, so you have like courses in here, and you can do them like backend development certificates. And once you complete, they're pretty good. They have almost everything. To be honest with you, like Python. again, like, look, but I don't know. I prefer when I started. I kind of right now I regret doing it because there was it's a lot slower because YouTubers, they tend to show you how to use tools as well, like again, Python crash course. Do you see what I'm saying? I'll link this in the description below, so be on the lookout for Free Code Camp. If you can't find something, just try them because they are pretty good, right? And all other Free Code Camp, right? I'll just put it into programming like this. Like for front end, Travis pretty much covers everything, right? So once you get the base skill, you will be good enough to do documentation. Okay, so once you kind of cover the basic, like crash courses, beginner courses, whatever, you will be able to do docs. Okay, so I'll give an example of docs. Every framework, like C++, whatever, TypeScript, Python, anything usually comes with a get started guide. So I don't know, let's go with AngularJS because that's the one I have in there. Okay, so look, you see, every single one of them will have something like this: learn, tutorial. You click in here, and then off you go. And then they will teach you how to use the core functionality. Once you understand all of this shite, you will be able to pick up everything else. You don't have to know it off by heart, right? And you don't have to know it everything, because you will only use like maybe like the base. They will cover the base with you. The rest you will use as required. But because you understand the base, you'll be able to use other portions of it like no problem, right? Okay, docs. I will put a tip in here is that do not try to memorize shit. Super tip. Like, I don't know, this is the mistake I made, is that I tried to memorize shit. That was very, very bad. Do not try to memorize stuff. Make cards and videos so you can go back and remember, I suppose. That's such a shit, I don't know, advice. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, you have to learn how to do it. Well, let me show you my, let me show you what I had. Let me pause one second.